The second quarter of 2025 brought a shift in tone, not one of sudden change, but of quiet transition. And for Matco's Balanced Fund, designed for moderate volatility and steadily compounding capital, these are the types of periods where steady hands do in fact matter most. The fund returned 5.8% in Q2, bringing its year-to-date return to 5.9%. For this steady investment strategy, we're very pleased with these numbers in the first 6 months of the year. They represent stability and consistency in a market that's still adjusting to a new global trade regime, slower growth, and certainly geopolitical undercurrents. The Balanced Fund's asset mix is actively managed, and its current positioning reflects a modest lean towards income and protection. Currently, 41% Matco Diversified Income Fund, 27% Matco Global Equity Fund, 23% Matco Canadian Equity Income Fund, 9% Matco Opportunities Fund, and less than 1% cash. That makes up the current portfolio's investment mix. This allocation is slightly more conservative than our long-term average, and for good reason. Economic data this quarter continued to show signs of late-cycle deceleration. But unlike the volatility earlier this year, on the back of Liberation Day, the second quarter brought a settling of the policy dust. We anticipate central banks will cautiously lower their overnight interest rates, with the Bank of Canada cutting 2 to 3 more times and the Federal Reserve only once or twice. As we step into the second half of this year, it's clear that markets are now taking each headline much more in stride. For investors, more stability is constructive, but not enough on its own. That's why earnings resilience has become the more important driver of returns. Our Canadian and global equity income strategies have leaned into companies with stable dividends and pricing power. This proved beneficial in the quarter. Now, at the same time, elevated commodity prices provided a natural hedge, supporting Canadian energy and materials exposure within the portfolio. Our diversified income strategy remains the foundation of the fund. It delivered a steady income stream and helped cushion the portfolio against market swings. This stability is what allows us to be opportunistic with our equity exposure, our most dynamic source of capital appreciation. Now, what sets this fund apart isn't just what it owns, it's how it shifts. Behind every allocation change is Matco's investment horizon indicator, which continues to suggest that some caution is prudent. However, we have mapped re-entry points for more equity deployment, both by region and by sector, should valuations and economic signals begin to align more constructively. For now, we maintain a balanced by design approach: income and growth, domestic and global, stability, and selective risk-taking. In periods like this, when markets are neither euphoric nor panicked, discipline and process drive results. Matco's Balanced Fund remains focused on protecting capital in the short term while positioning for growth and income over the long term.